My name is James Nowak, and I'm the Associate Director of Enrollment and Financial Aid Operations here at Canisius University. And today I would like to go through how to read your award letter. So you will notice on the left-hand column of your financial aid awards, first your estimated cost of attendance. And note that in the gray box there, you will find a number of what we call indirect budget components that are sort of left out of the right side of your financial aid award letter is specifically your direct charges, your direct budget components. And in this example, this is a prospective resident student. So direct charges on the right-hand side, tuition and fees, and housing and meals total to $48,060. So these are direct expenses that will be physically charged by the institution, and we need to find a plan for how we're going to pay for them. Conversely, on the left side, again, in the gray box, you will find the remainder of the indirect budget components that make up your comprehensive cost of attendance. So in this example, we estimate $1,200 for books for one academic year, $800 for transportation expenses, $700 for personal expenses, and then just a note there that a commuter who happened to be living off campus would have a board estimate of $2,200. So this all to say, we do kind of draw a line in the sand, so to speak, with respect to only detailing direct expenses on the right side of the award letter, which is where all the magic happens, so to speak. So, and then as we move down the award letter, you will see first, after your direct cost total, you will see your institutional financial aid eligibility. So institutional aid obviously is financial aid given to you or offered to you from the institution that you're applying. In this case, a student has been packaged with a Canisius alumni grant, a Canisius family grant, Canisius merit scholarship, and finally an endowed scholarship. And the first thing that you need to know about the totality of this funding is first, it does not need to be repaid. These are scholarships and grants that are awarded by the institution and do not need to be repaid. So the total scholarship and grant eligibility in this example is $21,500. So the first thing that we are going to do is subtract that total from the total direct charges above, and what we're left with is your net price. So this is your annual net cost of attending Canisius based on the parameters that you have outlined in terms of how you will be enrolling. Once we move beyond institutional scholarships and grants, you would be considered for federal and state grant eligibility. Again, grants and scholarships do not need to be repaid in any capacity. And then we would move beyond federal financial aid to what we call self-help. So in this example, you can see the student has been packaged with a $5,500, that's $5,500 federal direct unsubsidized loan for use in paying their outstanding net price of $26,560. So in most cases, the federal loan eligibility is the first and best option for financing your education. And the next logical step here would be to pursue additional borrowing options for this student if applicable. The black box at the bottom of the award letter, you can see the math on net price after federal loan eligibility. So this student would have a net price or an out-of-pocket price of $21,060 per academic year. If we scroll back up the award letter, I'd just like to bring your attention to the fact that, financial aid awarding is done on an annual basis, but billing really happens on a term basis, which is why we break down aid eligibility across terms. So, you register for the fall semester, you get billed for the fall semester, and then your financial aid will disperse for the fall semester, and then you have to make payment arrangements on that term and that term alone. And then we just repeat the process for the spring. So it is a little bit confusing because the financial aid world is an annual academic year-based process, but for the sake of this award letter, we'd like to then further break it down on a term basis because that's more accurately lines up with billing. So yeah, you can see that out-of-pocket cost is highlighted at the bottom. And then obviously, this would be a good time to connect with a financial aid representative to sort of talk through what options are available to you for approaching that out-of-pocket cost at the end of the day. This is a snapshot of how to conceptualize and read through your award letter, how to discern direct expenses from indirect expenses, and really hone in on the financial data points that matter most when making a decision Again, we are here to help. Do not hesitate to reach out to myself, anyone in the financial aid or admissions offices for clarification on these numbers or otherwise. Welcome to Canisius.